Hi, my name is Betsy Havens and I'm one of the employment attorneys here at Strong Advocates. One of the most common calls that we get in our office is the call from someone who has a disability who has been wrongfully terminated or not provided with the reasonable accommodation that they have requested. In California, you have a range of laws that protect you from being discriminated against if you're a person with a disability. A disability is defined as a physical or mental condition that affects some sort of your major life activity. So that can be working, walking, talking, seeing. When you have a disability, you have a right to request a reasonable accommodation from your employer. That means that with a certain amount of accommodation, you are able to perform that job activity at your employer. Some examples of reasonable accommodations that can be requested are flexible work hours, more frequent breaks, the ability to work from home on certain days, a short-term leave if that's what your disability requires in order to give you the strength and time to come back to work. It can include breaks in order to take medications, certain equipment, certain kinds of desks. All of those are considered accommodations. Your employer has to provide you with those accommodations when you have given them the appropriate paperwork justifying that request for an accommodation. If they don't do it, they have to say and be able to support that they weren't able to provide that accommodation because it would create an undue hardship on their business. So it would be too expensive, the work wouldn't be able to be performed, and that can often be a pretty high burden for an employer to be able to prove. So in many cases, I see clients and workers who have requested reasonable accommodations and the employer has refused them and they've unlawfully done so. Another right you have as someone with a disability is the right to engage in what's called an interactive process with your employer. And that means that when you request that accommodation, they are not legally able to just say no. They are required to have a conversation about it. And sometimes it occurs that you haven't even asked for that accommodation, but they can see that you might be in need of one. In that circumstance too, they're legally obligated to engage in this interactive process, start a dialogue about what it is that could help you perform your job. In California and across the United States, we have strong protections that protect you as a person with disability against termination, being demoted, being harassed due to your disability, and getting paid less for doing the same job because of your disability. If you want to learn more about your rights against disability discrimination and those laws that protect you, feel free to check out our website. We have several resources and blog postings regarding disability discrimination because, again, it is such a common occurrence that happens. It's sad but true. If you feel that you have been a victim of disability discrimination, please feel free to give our office a call. You can reach us at 1-800-870-9886. Please call us today. Thank you.